So what I have right here is the iPhone 17 Pro, not the Max, but regardless which iPhone you have, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my favorite tips and tricks you could do on any modern day iPhone. And yes, timestamps, of course, will be in the description down below for your pleasure. Starting off with one of the most asked questions I always get a lot, and that is my action button. You see, instead of the default silent or unsilent button whenever press, mine does something different. It gives me a menu where I could lock my car, set my temperature at a certain temperature, say good morning or good night to my spouse automatically, as well as still continue to open up Apple Intelligence. If you like to get this customized menu, this is how you do this. What you need to do is just quickly launch the Shortcut app. By launching the Shortcut app, you want to tap the back arrow right here, and just go ahead and select Add the little folder icon. Name it whatever you want. I'm going to call this Action 1, and then you could change the colors, the icon, your own personal choice. I'm just going to leave it at default. Select check mark, and from here, tap on the folder that we created, tap plus, and then create whatever action you like it to do. You can select one of the pre-made ones or create one from scratch if you know some. But I'm just going to go ahead and select to one of the vehicles. There we go. And then we wanted to enable dog mode. And then make sure you select the correct car. And then just like that, you've created an action, and you can add another action. So we want this action to do something random. We wanted to activate visual intelligence. Just visual intelligence, and that's it. Tap back, and now you've successfully created two. From here, want to go into your iPhone settings, and then just scroll down until you find action button. And then instead of selecting one of these fixed ones, go all the way to the Shortcut app. On the bottom where it says show action mode menu, select this and select show folders, and then select the action one that you've created, and now you're set. Now if you press the action button, you will have this pop-up menu giving you more options instead of just one single option. And this also works on the lock page as well. Really amazing, super useful. Now, thanks to this latest version of iOS 26, liquid glasses can be found anywhere. Some people love it and some people don't. If you like to disable the liquid glass to go back to the old school method, well, this phone's dead. There's a way you could do this. By simply just going into your iPhone settings and go down into accessibility. In the accessibility tab, tap on display and text size. And right here you'll see reduce transparency. Enable this, and now when you bring down control center, you notice it's not translucent anymore. Well, here we go. The camera glare is kind of breaking up, getting in the way, but you can see we no longer have the ability to actually view our wallpaper. So it's a cool little nifty tool right there, and you'll see it across the entire OS. Now, Apple Music got a massive overhaul. When you launch the Apple Music app, you got some amazing tools. One of which, if you're listening to like an artist's song as an example, their title name, there we go, and you click on go to artists. Let's say, for example, we are just fascinated about this artist. You have the ability to click on upcoming concerts, and you can view them all right here. And if you decided you'd like to attend and see how much the prices cost, just click on one and select get tickets, and it'll take you to the compatible app that they're using, the third party. You can actually purchase your tickets right here. Really awesome. You can also book your hotel depending on the service they select. But this is pretty cool. No longer do you have to use third-party apps to get all this information. It shows you it all right here. Now, if you're a user of Spotify or other third parties as an example, if you like to transfer your playlist from that platform into Apple Music, you have the tool built in now. By simply tapping on your profile, you'll see an icon right here where it says transfer music from other services. There we go, brought up the brightness a little bit. Tap on this, it'll take you to this Apple website toolkit. And here you could select between the different services that supports Spotify, Amazon Music, even YouTube. So select it, log into your Spotify account, select the playlist, it will automatically convert it and transfer it to Apple Music. It's really cool and kind of crazy to believe that it's a built-in feature now. Now, real quick, if you've been enjoying this video so far, if you could kindly take 2 seconds and hit that like button, that allows the channel to be powered by you guys, the viewers, which is why you'll see ad segments, taking like a minute or two of your time of me telling you to get to some type of VPN that you don't need and such. Thanks to you guys by just hitting a like button. Like really does support the channel, so we don't have to rely on those brands. So thank you to those that continue doing that and allowing the channel to have that freedom. Let's carry on. Now this next one is kind of exclusive. Primarily if you have an iPhone that supports Apple Intelligence. You know, if your device supports it, if you see the little ring around it, that means your device has Apple Intelligence. If you do, you can use Apple Intelligence to create you a playlist by selecting your library and select this little plus icon with the lines in this box format. By selecting here, this will bring up an AI of Apple Intelligence. It's currently in the beta stage, but this works extremely well. You can request things like based off your current mood, your environment that you're in, like if you're on a tropical beach, or just certain artists remixes that you really do enjoy. It even gives you little examples right here if you don't know what to ask for. But you could do stuff like this: 2020s EDM bangers, and just hit go, and it's going to automatically use Apple Intelligence to generate you a playlist. So give it a couple of seconds, maybe a minute or two, depending on your internet provider speed, as well as Apple's and servers, and it'll spit out a playlist just like that. You can rearrange it to your personal preference, preview them, and then once you're satisfied, you just hit check mark and it saves it in your new playlist category. It does somewhat change the title you gave it to. Now the iPhone 17 Pro camera is insane. It's probably one of the best cameras that we have ever seen on an iPhone, which was definitely a nice overdue upgrade, because now you finally have the ability to do 4 times as well as 8 times zoom on your phone. And this works for both photos and videos. So you can select right here, go into 4 times zoom or 8 times zoom, all thanks to the new 48 megapixel telephoto lens. But if you like to, you can go past that and go up to 40 times digital zoom. This is digital zoom, but nonetheless, definitely a cool experience on the iPhone 17 Pros. But when recording a video, something that's not well explained is the fact that you can record yourself as well as what you're recording in front of you. So this way you can have your reaction as you're recording. And to have access to this, just tap on the little 6 boxes on the top right. And from here, you'll see dual capture. And now you'll see your little window pop up of you, which you can move around. This way you can record 2 subjects at once. This is super amazing, and yes, it does also work in landscape mode as well, and it will rotate accordingly. And then just hit recording, you're good. Now if you're using the photo app and you're trying to take a group photo, thanks to this larger sensor up here, this does feature center stage functionality. And to have access to this, simply flip to the front facing camera and this little box right there on top, tap on it right here and make sure you have auto zoom enabled as well as auto rotate. This way you don't have to move your phone to landscape mode. If you're trying to take a group photo, the phone will automatically do it without you having to do that, but you can always manually enable it right here, as well as zoom in and zoom out all automatically. But the automatic AI tool is located right here. You just have to make sure you select on. But for iPhones with the little camera control on the side over here, this is actually really easy and very powerful to use if you know how to use it. So for example, most users don't know about this, but by double tapping, you can program it so double tap will actually launch the camera. And if you're trying to get access to like tools, you don't have to press down to switch between different things that it has, as you can simply just double tap to switch between depth, exposure, cameras, styles, all right here without having to actually like reach around on your phone display. So to customize this properly, just exit out of here, go into settings, and then just scroll down until you find the camera control right here, camera tab. In here, tap on camera control, and this is where you could customize it. So I have mine, so double tap will actually cause the camera app to launch. By default, I believe it's single. I prefer double. So this way I don't accidentally toggle it each and every time I'm just casually grabbing my phone. And then when you go down to controls, this is where you can customize the modes you like to have. So if you feel you don't need the depth sensor, you could remove that. Camera styles, you could take that off. Styles, tones, you could remove those. As well as you could rearrange them. And this is where you can enable those gestures I was showing you earlier, how to switch between different modes. But if you feel that the different modes that it has are too sensitive for you, if we exit out of here and we go into the accessibility tab, on the bottom over here, look for camera control. select camera control, and right here you can select its sensitivity. So if you like to be more firm when you press down, you can select that, or you can leave the default. But for me personally, surprisingly, the lighter actually works really well. And you can preview it right here as you're pressing it. So you can see like how firm of a press you gotta press to really activate a command without physically pressing down on it. You can also customize that too if you feel like though, if you feel like you want to make the press down to be more sensitive. But all this on the side is fully customizable, and you can preview it in real time as you're adjusting it, which I think is pretty cool. But there you have it. Those are my favorite tips and tricks you can do on any modern day iPhone. If you like to watch more, maybe you own an Apple TV and you like to see some cool tips and tricks that thing can do, I go ahead and cover it in greater detail in this video over there, because even for 2026, it still is very powerful, and there's some hidden gems in there that not a lot of people know about, like a full row keyboard instead of that side-to-side keyboard that's enabled by default. All that and more in that video over there. Thank you so much for watching.